The Andaman Islands, access from Calcutta, again, was one of the beaches was once voted the best beach in Asia. There are 572 islands that can be combined with a visit to Calcutta. Only 38 are inhabited. There are new hotels that are coming up in the Andaman Islands. The Taj Group have a new hotel. There are boutique hotels like Jalakara that are coming up. And in Orissa, again, you have beaches that you can send your clients to. But even in Bengal, we have beaches. We have Diga, Shankarpur, Mandarmani, Gangasagar, lots of beaches that can be combined with a city and a mountain experience. There are 4 million people that cross this busy cantilevered bridge every day. And there are 40 people that cross this bridge that connects Bengal to Sikkim every day. So you can create itineraries that take people to the busiest parts of the state, as well as itineraries that take people to the quietest and most remote parts of the state. There are incredible river journeys that you can do, and more companies are coming into the state and creating these itineraries that take people along the Hooghly. This is an offshoot of the river Ganges, so it's considered a holy river as well, and you can do boat cruises that range from a quick ferry stop across the river to 2 hours to watch the sunset and cross Belur Math just outside Calcutta, or a 7-day journey that takes you up to some of the historical sites along the river. Remember that all the battles of Europe in the 19th century were actually fought on this river, so we have this incredible amount of settlements that date back to the Dutch, the Portuguese, the Danish, the French, the English. All this history can be seen on these river journeys that take you up. They have rooms on board, and some of them are also linked to similar river journeys on the Brahmaputra in Assam. And there are more and more companies that are experimenting with this. This is a river at 5 meters above sea level. This is a river at 5,000 meters above sea level, all the way up in Sikkim. Remember, to get to Sikkim, you actually have to fly into Battleground and drive out up there, although there is a local airport in Gangtok as well. But Calcutta and West Bengal is the gateway to this beautiful state of Sikkim. And if you go all the way up to 5,000 meters, you'll see these incredible lakes and mountain views. We have the 2 best tea regions of the world. We have Assam and we have Darjeeling. And again, if you come to Eastern India, you get to see the strong, the robust Assam tea that grows in all the tea estates in Assam. That was really what led to the creation of masala tea, which is now found on every street side dhaba in India now. But you also have the Darjeeling tea estates, and many of the plantations in Assam and in Darjeeling have opened up their old heritage bungalows to tea tourism, and it's doing incredibly well. We set up Denver 18 years ago, which shows you how long we've been working on tea tourism in the region with an incredible amount of success and happy guests who come out and really do not imagine what goes into making that cup of tea when they actually come out here. In Darjeeling, we have 7 different types of tea that come from a single bush. So every season, the same bush will throw up a different flavor. So you start in March with the first flush, then in June, the very same bushes produce the second flush. Then they go into the monsoon teas, and then they end with a crescendo that we call the autumn flush. And then they go to sleep for the winter, and then they wake up again in the spring. So there's this beautiful journey through the seasons with a cup of Darjeeling tea. And if you come out to and visit one of the 87 tea estates in the region, you'll be amazed at how much there is behind that cup of tea. 3 million kgs of tea are produced. Each of these are picked by hand. Each of these 2-leaf buds are picked by hand. So imagine the human impact behind that cup of tea that all your clients back home drink. So it's an incredible draw to bring people out here and show them this world of tea. 1,000 of these tender tea shoots are picked, and 1,000 of them make just 1 pound of tea. Tribal areas. We have lots of ethnic groups and languages in the northeast, not just up in the Seven Sisters, but also within Bengal and Bihar and Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand. A lot of interesting tribal tours can be organized. There are some states up in the northeast which have a 90% tribal population, creating these very interesting stories. This is one of the largest river islands in the world. It's Majuli Island, which has 144 villages and a very interesting community that a lot of guests visit. 2 ancient religions, Buddhism and Jainism. born in India and focused a lot on the east of the country. We have monasteries, we have temples. The Jain temples in Calcutta are actually like European sort of temples. They're filled with Belgian chandeliers and Dutch pottery and tiles. They're incredible. They're nothing like the Jain temples that you would see in Rajasthan and other parts of the city, other parts of the country. So the northern part of the city that I will talk about later in the presentation contains these incredible examples of Jainism and the religion in a completely different way to what Jainism is in the rest of the country. And of course Buddhism, you have monasteries across Sikkim, also one of the highest monasteries in the world, 8,000 feet, just outside Darjeeling. This is the Goom Monastery. And there's a huge Buddhist culture that is very prevalent in many parts of this part of India. In Orissa, we have a temple that has 24 chariot wheels led by 6 horses. We have a UNESCO World Heritage Site in the Darjeeling Hill Railway that many of you will be seeing on the fam trips. This still runs on a narrow gauge and is something that a lot of people are absolutely passionate about when they come up to see this area. In fact, there are 8 UNESCO heritage sites in eastern India, ranging from temples to wildlife sanctuaries and the Darjeeling Hill Railway site. Neora Valley, also a proposed World Heritage Site, is just outside Kalimpong in North Bengal, and you have the beautiful red panda population up there, and beautiful orchids and clear views of Mount Kanchenjunga, as well as the forests. In the center of Bengal, you've got these incredible terracotta temples that are very, very rare I mean, many tourists don't even have a concept that you could have temples like this in Bengal, and the carvings are so intricate that people who've been up there have been really amazed by the detail. It's another proposed World Heritage Site, and in that area you have many communities that moved here in the 17th century. The Nawab of Bengal became very powerful after the last strong Mughal emperor, Aurangzeb.